Welcome in to the channel, Tennessee Podcast. It is November the 10th, the year 2025. Tennessee is coming off a bye week. Homecoming week is ahead of us against New Mexico State. Speaking of state, what's the state of this fan base right now as we look forward to homecoming week? Florida looks like crap, but it looks like we're going to get Florida at night in the swamp. We will see. We will see. Contenders and Pretenders, we will go through the top, let's say 10 to 12 teams and see who is a contender and who is a pretender. Players you wished had more time at Tennessee. We'll do it in our lifetime, Austin. Players that you wish had more time with the program in all sports. Doesn't matter. But welcome back to the channel, Tennessee Podcast. I'm your host, Randy, alongside my good friend, Austin Brown. Buddy, how are we on this 10th day of November? You're muted. Unmute yourself.
I said, yeah. It's a bit of a weird little spot that we are in. I feel like everything aligned for you to beat Oklahoma. Like, vibes were a little bad when Vitello left. Elander, though, that kind of boosted you a little bit. You beat Kentucky that day. And basketball's been pretty good. I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know anything. But we had a great scenario lining up. You had Oklahoma in the toughest spot imaginable. And you had a bye week and then the New Mexico State game. So essentially you have 2 bye weeks going into the swamp to get you ready for that. And then you pissed in your pants and for interceptions, missed field goals, missed tackles, did a lot of dumb things in the greatest atmosphere imaginable. And so you lost to Oklahoma, a team that couldn't throw it all. And I don't feel like we're supposed to be here right now.
Is that why the fan base is so mad? Do you think that's why they're so mad? Is not only because it also over Tony Vitello, and I'm going to get into this with the whole Tony Vitello leaving, the whole Lady Vols. Like, it's so exhausting. We're going to get to that, and I think that the whole fan base is pissed off. And you could sit here and say, "Oh my God, Lady Vols," and all this stuff. That's just not true. Shut up. It's annoying. It's really old now. You have people that are literally rooting against their own team. That's just fucking weird. And just call it like it is. It's fucking weird. Like, it's so fucking weird. Like, it's almost agitating to me because, like, you're rooting against your own team. But we'll get to that in a minute. But it all stems from football because people want to sit here and talk about money, and we're coming in hot off this podcast off start. You want to talk about money. Well, all your money, 75% of your money goes to football, and I think that's where it really stems off of people being pissed off right now. Like, I know that's the reason that I'm angry as a fan, and I'm not even like, I can't even say angry. It's more like, is it unsettled? Like, what's the word here? You just don't. And we have games against Florida coming up. We have games against Vandy coming up. And the season's not dead. And I get people like, "Oh, we don't make the playoff. Season's over." No, we still got some pretty important games left. You could wreck Florida, and that'll cure a whole lot of this stuff that this fan base is feeling right now. And it's not even a large portion of the fan base. It's a small portion. Like you have the the fans that have been around for a long time. Then you have the fans like yourself, kind of like myself, who have been through a lot of trauma, and it just feels like it's the world's falling, but it's really not at all. And then you have Vanderbilt coming into town. You could ruin their season and have every Vandy fan crying again. Like there is a lot of like things that can happen here.
How much does it blow that we are saying we can ruin Vandy's season?
It doesn't blow. They're just a good team.
The natural chain of events didn't make that happen already. What the hell?
Nothing's wrong. There's nothing wrong. Like
this is not supposed to be a rivalry. This is bullshit. I don't know.
Vandy had one.
I'm unhappy. I'm truly unhappy.
Why?
Because Tennessee took the easiest schedule in the history of your program and pissed in their pants with it, man. There's no other way to put it. you had a good offense. You had all these good things. I just think I don't know. It's always one thing or another. It feels like in this defense it's unacceptable and stuff like that. No,
You
changes just
know
need to be made. You have to make some serious changes to this program, and that's just
listen,
when you
you
blow it
know
like
when
we blew it.
yeah. But you know how you always get pissed off at me? You get pissed off at me all the time when I say you care way too much. And you're like, "How do you not care?" And you like scream at me, you yell at me, "Oh, how do you not care about this?"
Because you're
Like,
always mad at me, Karen.
because you care too much. You care too much and you let it
I
ruin your
want to
damn
talk about
life.
Tennessee football.
You
You're
let it
weird.
ruin your life. It's like your entire existence of living is Tennessee football, and you let it ruin your life. Like I'm out
No,
having
no,
fun.
no, no,
I'm,
no. My entire existence is Tennessee football, basketball, and baseball. Thank you.
okay, so you're one of them. Okay, so when Lady Vols start doing good, you can't jump on that shit. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now. You can't. You're not allowed. Um,
Oh,
no,
thank
no,
you
no,
for
it
your.
does.
Thank you
It
for.
pisses me off, and I know it. I know a lot of
I'm.
it pisses me off. Like, cause like you can't, like I can't stand when people sit there and pick. Like you're literally rooting against your own team.
I just say I'm rooting
No,
against Lady Vols.
no, but you basically said that you only have 3 teams you care about. You don't care about anything else.
I
So
okay. Just let me clarify
that's
here.
annoying.
I do root for the Lady Vols, but I'm talking about the things that control my emotional sense, the thing that will really like I'll be in a piss poor mood for an entire week because of those three things. Those are the powerful things in my life in
Okay,
terms of sports. That's how I was clarifying that. I do root for the Lady Vols, but it isn't like it's kind of like how I root for the uh it's if I'd rank them, I put it number one Tennessee football or 1A Tennessee football, 1B Tennessee basketball, 1C Tennessee baseball, and then 2 the Braves, and then 3 the Lady Vols. That's how I'd rank all my sports interests, and even I put below the Lady Vols the Preds and Grizzlies, and Titans.
you put them below
But
that, below the Grizzlies. You're not even a Grizzlies fan, dude. You never even been to a game. What are
wait,
you
what?
talking about? Did you say you would rank the Lady Vols below the Grizzlies?
No. No,
Oh, okay, my bad. My bad.
I put even the Preds, Grizzlies, and Titans below them.
Oh, okay, okay, sorry, my bad. I was not paying attention. But anyways, sorry, I just had to go on that little tangent, that little rant because like this, it just listen. I like going to the basketball games. They're fun to me, and like these people, it's just exhausting now because like again. I'm not sitting here just like sunshine pumping all this stuff out, but it's realistic. It's so annoying. Like, just stop. It's bullshit now. You got your little 5 minute fame window of shitting on the Lady Vols. But yeah, it's fun, and I'm going to root for them. But these people that every single time, like the other night, Lady Vols only won by like 12 against UT Martin. It was like, this is what we're putting this is what we're putting
I
our money towards. This right here, like it has
man,
stayed the same. It hasn't
I think you're
changed.
giving way too much credit to the 1%.
But the 1%'s loud.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
the 1% of this fan base is a lot of fans, but the other 99% is way more. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just
Sorry,
wouldn't
I just had to go on that.
don't give them more attention than they probably deserve.
I just had to go on that tangent because it's really annoying to me. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut up. Like, it's very annoying. Like, that's all you hear. Like, at all under anything posted with Lady Vols. Shut up. Just shut up. Go about your day and shut up. It's really annoying now. It's starting to
It's
piss me
kind of
off.
like it's an in the moment thing. It's because of a few things that happened, but
Things that aren't true. That's the craziest thing.
yeah,
Oh, they took
I'm just
money away.
saying
No, they didn't.
I've seen this kind of stuff come and go.
Yeah.
it's just
No,
a
I
little
get it.
phase here.
It is,
I don't
and
want
and
to
you
I don't
and
want
you're
to
right.
blow it up for something that it's
You're
more
right. You're right.
more than it is. But
But anyway, so back to
back to nothing.
back to the back to homecoming week, back to football. Sorry, that little tangent, little rant. I had to because like it's annoying to me. It's starting to get really annoying. Like, move on. Like, go on with your lives. But Tennessee's got New Mexico State coming up. They're on deck this week. Tennessee's wearing their military uniforms. Do you like those uniforms?
I respect the military in every way imaginable, besides doing that myself. And uh
Yes or no?
I don't really like the uniforms. I
Mm,
mean, I'm just not a fan of I was so I'm so burned out on anything gray. I
yeah.
don't like the gray in general. I
Hmm.
pray to God if Josh Elander is listening to this, which he's not, but um
How do
or
you
is
know?
probably he's not. But um he's too busy getting a new haircut or something. I don't know. Yeah, I would love to get rid of the baseball gray unis. That would they're very bland and they look like NASCAR pit crew uniforms.
All right, so our buddy from Southern Turf, Scott, chimes in and says the uniforms look sharp. Happy Veterans Day to all veterans. I hated them at first. I kind of dig them now. I don't think they look that bad. I really don't. I think they look sharp. I think they're going to look like I saw them at Dick's Sporting Goods a while back with the whole uniform kind of put together. It looks kind of good in person. It's one of those things when you see it in person, you're like, that looks way better than I thought it was going to look.
Maybe where I'm coming from is just I'm just tired of gray, so I'm just anything gray. I'm just like well, kind of out on it. You know,
Yeah. Well,
maybe
yeah.
that's the main thing.
I
I
can see
think.
that. I can see that. But anyways, we got New Mexico State. There's not really much to talk about with that because New Mexico State. If that's a game we're gonna have a problem,
Hold on.
I think Tennessee is going to absolutely boat race them. You just but basically a bona fide practice. So do what you got to do. Go in there, take care of business. I have heard that Drew McIntyre, was getting some first team reps. So we'll see if he gets some first team reps with the first team at some point in the game. I don't know. It depends on how Tennessee plays, but we will see how that goes. But we all know the outcome of that game probably is going to be an absolute blowout by Tennessee. And then we have the SEC tweeting out. Was it the SEC tweeting out the times for Florida? They're all over the place. The game can be at 3:30. The game can be at 7. It can be at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 1, 2. Like, but basically they have 3 times.
Hi, we're the Southeastern Conference. You want to know your game will be played on November 22nd? Okay,
Here's your options.
before midnight.
Yeah, basically what they're saying. But we all know how it's going to go. Tennessee is going to get flexed to that ESPN spot at 7:30.
Well,
yeah, it's how it's going to go.
I'll give them this. It's pretty. People got to think about this. Like, why Florida teams always play their November games at night because most of the country does not want to play night games, or maybe they want to, but a lot of the coaches and whatnot would prefer to play them in the day because it gets like really, really cold up in like Pennsylvania, even Tennessee, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
It gets way colder than it does in Florida, so it makes more sense to put the game that'll be in Florida in the night slot when no one else would have that issue with the weather. But that's just my thinking on it.
Yeah, but they're in Florida, so the weather's not going to be hot. It's not going to be cold. It's going to be just weather. It's going to be nothing.
But they're going to they have to put teams in the noon and 3:30 windows, and I feel like they'll be more likely to put the teams from like Missouri and even Alabama.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll
everywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about this game more next week, but like we can. So, but I want to talk about it right now because if it isn't, like any Tennessee fan with a brain, you just see it on Twitter still and social media still. It's like, oh, Tennessee's going to blast this terrible Florida team. Where have you guys been? Like, I get that you want to be positive and confident, but there's a thing that is still alive called battered ball syndrome, and this is the most battered ball syndrome game in the history of battered ball syndrome games. Florida could look like a damn peewee football team that has never practiced a day in their life. And in the day they play us, they're going to look like the 2008 Florida Gators with Tim Tebow, the murderer Aaron Hernandez, and all of those other guys that were just so damn good. I cannot sit here and say that we're going to go down there and boat race them. Prove it to me because we haven't seen it.
You are lined up on a crystal platter. Hey, Tennessee, You can never win here, right? Right? Well, you're just so in luck. This is the worst team in the history of Florida football, damn near. And you're pretty good. You're pretty good. You beat a lot of bad teams. They're a bad team. You should win.
God.
Like this is what this team can do. They can beat teams with losing records. Florida has a losing record. Of course, the only other team named UT also played there and lost. But that shouldn't matter, right? Right. Um, how the hell did Kentucky beat them like that? We went to the game in Lexington. What was it? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, however long ago it was. That might have been the most dead program I've ever seen. Dead team, dead everything. Just
Dead.
you're in the desert, just the sand. Literally dead as a doorknob. And then they go and just beat Auburn on the Plains. And I get Auburn is the team that could lose any game, and Auburn's the team that could almost beat the Eagles, then go almost beat New Mexico State, but still, you beat them, and then you beat the living hell out of Florida. It's just Mark Stoops, man, you are a miracle worker at maintaining your job.
Yes, yeah. Sign him up. Like just when you think he's gonna get fired,
Houdini.
He does something like that, and their offense looks so explosive. And their offense looked good against Tennessee, but whose offense doesn't? Be honest. They look good against Tennessee. Tennessee was just better.
And you still lost.
Yeah. But they look good against Tennessee. They looked excellent against Florida. And then Mark Stoops does this thing where it's like, oh, look what I've done. I've done enough to keep my job. And that's where, as a Kentucky fan, that's just so frustrating. That's kind of like a way lesser version of kind of what James Franklin did. It's like you could never beat those teams, and people just got fed up with it and got tired of it. And that's why he got fired, because it's like you get to a certain point. It's like, okay, you're in year 13. You have got to start beating these teams, and you can't. That's why he got fired. Mark Stoops does the opposite. It's like, all right, you've got to start beating a winning record. Okay, well, you're beating these teams you're not supposed to beat, and so what are we supposed to do? It's like the opposite effect. It's weird. It's like
I think Mark Stoops is just what are Kentucky football expectations? Okay, those are the expectations. A bowl game, every 2 out of every 3 years. Don't have a losing record every year. That's basically the Kentucky. Did you have 4 terrible years in a row? Okay, well, you better be good the 5th one then.
Well, it is Kentucky. They put all their money into basketball, so they don't. And you can tell by the crowd when we went up to Lexington. The crowd, it was gone by the fourth quarter. I mean, they were gone. The start of the fourth quarter, everyone, that was a halftime almost. That they were just gone. They already knew the outcome. They already knew the end of this game. They've seen this movie before, and they were gone. But
wow,
them coming out,
realized that's our best win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man.
But Kentucky beating Florida like that terrifies me now. I cannot get up for going to Gainesville. And I could go to Gainesville for free, and I'm not going because the last time I went there was 2015 when we had a 4th and 13, I believe, 4th and 14, whatever, to stop Florida. We've been blitzing. It's like this year's defense all over again. We were blitzing Will Grier the entire damn game. Then they needed a large chunk play, and we literally bring no one.
The
entire game.
Oh, I disagree. I would give a lot of things for the 2015 defense. I'm talking.
If you were listening, I said the last play. No. I admit that last play is our defense like the entire year. Someone needs a chunk play, and we bring no pressure. None. Just let them sit back there and throw. None. And that play right there was the last time I was like, I'm never coming to Gainesville again because we're cursed.
Oh, yeah, the spy.
The spy. And it's just, I can't say we're going to beat them. Those words can't come out of my mouth. I've been battered. I've been beaten with that game. And until I see them go down to Gainesville and beat them, last person to beat them, Casey Clausen in 2003. The last time a quarterback beat him. And the last time I saw a picture of Casey Clausen, he's lost half his hair and he looks like he's 90. So it's like that is why I cannot say yes. There's a lot of people saying yes. Oh, Tennessee's going to destroy this team, buddy. Oh God.
My big thing is I'm not gonna say Tennessee is going to do this. I'm not like gonna say that. I'm not feeling any good about this football program right now. So I'm not gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna beat them. No, I'm just saying I'm gonna say you freaking better beat them is all I could say, or it's gonna be bad. You better beat them. You ain't got a better opportunity than this one. You better beat them, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
We started this podcast, but you think the fan base is unsettled and uneasy right now. If you do not win that game in Gainesville, this fan base is going to be irate.
Maybe I will put it like this. I will put it like this. Maybe you don't want to win that one because if you don't, changes will have to be made. I don't know. Just it's part of my thinking. Like,
well,
if you did lose to Vandy and Florida, I feel like you're kind of put in a corner where you have to do something different.
Explain changes because you're going to have a whole lot of people coming after you after that little comment.
I would like a new defense coordinator.
There you
go. Yeah, I'm not.
Yes.
Good Lord, I don't want Josh Heupel gone. No.
Yeah, no, you're going to get that. Well, he said changes. There is
a little itty tiny bitty portion of this fan base that would say that, and
insanity.
That's full on preposterous nonsense. Okay,
it's insanity. Josh Heupel's done a fine job. Let's just
I think Josh Heupel will be put in a place where he needs to do changes.
Oh yeah,
make changes to the staff, and he's never had to do that. And I would think it would benefit him because, buddy, you don't always have to go with what you started with. You're a good coach. You are a good coach. You don't have to always bring guys from down up. You can go out and grab a big fish. How about that? How about that, man? DJ Durkin. Be nice.
All right. So we got New Mexico State coming up, where you already know the outcome to that. We probably don't have to do much to win that game. Just it's going to be my whole family's coming to town, so it's going to be a family-friendly atmosphere. It's going to be one of the games, homecoming. The Heupel's good against those teams. He's going to beat the crap out of them.
I hope so.
Yeah, we got Florida in 2 weeks, like we said. We headed the swamp. Which one do you want to do next? You want to do players you wish you had more time in Tennessee, or look around? Let's do players you wish you had Tennessee for longer than they're actually here, and then we'll take a look at around the college football landscape and who do you think can actually win the national title when they get in the playoffs. Players you wished you had more time at the University of Tennessee. Austin, I'll let you kick this off. I've got several in my head, and I think that they're pretty good. But we've already got our first response, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of our first responses too in the comments. But go ahead with your first one, Austin. I'm kind of curious who do you would love to have more than just like a year or two.
Okay, mine is extremely recent. Might be the most. I don't know. It's Jermod McCoy. Because he's gone after this year. We all know that he's going the first round.
Good.
We got one season out of him where he looked like the best DB I've seen in my time as a Tennessee fan. Eric Berry, but outside Eric Berry, the best DB I've ever seen at UT. And we had that 1 year, and then this year he freaking he tears his ACL at his home in Texas. It sucks. And you just keep thinking you're going to get him back. You're going to get him back. And your playoff chances are out the window now. You might still get him back. I don't know. I really took my ear off that situation when I found out. We aren't contending for anything. But if we could bring him back next year, obviously I would love that. Obviously we can't. I mean, what are you going to do? Hey, I'm first rounder. You want to go risk injury again? No. Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm going to go with my next one. Scott says Jalen Hyatt. That's not on my list, but that's a good one. I'm going to go with what James Go Vols Price says, "This is my number one. I would like to have Dalton Connect for more time."
Oh, it's on my list.
Yeah, so you can just go ahead and cancel. It's on both our lists. It's on everyone's list. Dalton Connect,
Mhm.
the most exciting player I've ever watched in my time watching Tennessee basketball. It, he was just the most incredible, electric, unstoppable human being on the basketball court I've ever seen in my time watching Tennessee basketball. I know you have like Ernie and Bernie and all those guys, but for me, he did things on the basketball court. We were talking about this the other day when we went out after the game, the basketball game. We were talking about Nate Ament, how you kind of sit there, he has like a couple points, and then you look back up at the scoreboard and he has like 23. Dalton Connect was the same way. I remember that one game where he had, I think it was 6 points. And the next time I looked up at the scoreboard, it was 27. He could score in a blink and a flash of an eye, like
Dude,
just blink of an eye. Most insane talent
it
ever.
was yeah, but I'll give Connect this. When he did it, you did notice. He was blazing
No,
up and down the court looking like a freaking madman.
no,
Oh my God, I love that guy. Holy crap,
no.
that was
Like
my favorite player.
you,
I know
you
what you're saying.
didn't. You didn't always notice. I didn't always notice because sometimes he was just so smooth with it. He would go to the rim. He would just make shots. What I think that you're thinking of is the clutch time when he would make like three threes in a row or have an insane three threes in a row and then have an insane dunk or something like that, where his points just came in bunches real quick. But he had so many games where the points like came quickly, but you didn't notice he was doing it because it wasn't anything flashy. But he had those flashy like moments where it was just like bang, 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 bang. You're like, holy crap, we're either pull way ahead or we're right back in this game. Like he was so unbelievably talented at situational basketball. It was insane. And it was one of those things where Rick Barnes is like, I don't even care. Go ahead, take over. Go ahead. You're good enough. And he did it so many times. And it was the most fun thing to watch. And God, it was fun. He was so much fun. So much fun.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my next answer, and that is Jason Witten. This is a guy who
Oh,
came in playing defense, and eventually we moved
oh,
him to tight end. He only started at Tennessee. He only started 20 games at tight end, and obviously he was outstanding in those years. But he got taken in the third round. I don't think you saw the best of Jason Witten when he goes in the third round. I
good
mean,
one.
he was a big player, but if you could have had one more year with him, I think he probably would have been an easy first rounder and set every single tight end record, no demand. I mean, this is the greatest tight end in the history of football, and thank God we figured out what he was best at doing, but we figured it out. I mean, not too late. I mean, we got a lot out of him. Don't get me wrong. Um, and definitely the 01 season benefited from it. But
Yeah.
I feel like, more we could have used one more year of him.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a off the wall one I wouldn't have thought of. I'm gonna go with my another one. And this guy, if he would have stayed and played 3 years at Tennessee from freshman year to junior year, because he would have made it senior year, he would have broken so many damn records, and he would have had he could have had a highlight tape of his own of 15, 20 minutes. And that's Cordero Patterson. Could you imagine if Cordero Patterson was at Tennessee for 3 seasons, from freshman to junior, and didn't transfer from Hutchinson Community College in Kansas for 1 season? That dude in 1 season did more electric things than I've ever seen on a football field as a Tennessee football fan from one player that I've ever seen in my entire life. Eric Berry was a close up there, but Eric Berry had those 3 years. He had 3 years of full football where he just made electric plays. Cordell Patterson had more electric plays than I've ever seen from my time of watching Tennessee football. He would
You
do
know,
things on the field that your mouth would just drop.
I think I never thought of guys like that because here's what my thinking was. Like if they stay one more year, what does that mean? That's what I basically thought of. Like, because he would have
Well,
played
same
under
thing.
Butch. He would have played under Butch, and I don't even
Yep.
know.
I mean,
So
that's.
I guess that never occurred to me for that reason. Um,
I don't care if he played for Butch or not. He played for
yeah,
Butch, he'd break every
you,
freaking record.
you're not lying. He would
Like
have
it
been
doesn't matter who
outstanding.
the coach could have been Jeremy
You are
Pruitt.
right. You're right. I'm just
It doesn't matter
explaining why
who the
that I didn't think of that.
doesn't matter who the damn coach was. Dude, he was God. He was so much fun to watch. My goodness, he was insane.
Okay, I'll give my next one. Uh, this is a little controversial, but in this era, you lose players to the portal, and we didn't really suffer at all because of it, but it was a slight weakness on this team, and I think he would have been the best of best on this team, and that's Chase Burns, who left us for Wake Forest. And I understand he left and we immediately won the national championship. I get that. I get that. But I will say he was, what do you go, top 5 overall, like number 1 or 2 or something like that in the draft. He was amazing at Wake Forest. And he's a Tennessee native, and I think he'll go down as regretting that decision to leave UT. Yeah, I really do think so. And I just feel like we didn't really have a lot of holes on that team, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like starting pitching could have been a little better. AJ Causey was good, but if you had, Chase Burns in that slot, I think you're a little better off as a team overall. I know the only thing you could throw in there to kill that narrative is the idea that did he, kill your chemistry? Did he cause too much locker room drama? That would be the argument I put you could put against that, though, I will say.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. That's a good one. My next one is another controversial one, and I'm going to go with Derek Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Derek Rogers up there, but I got one right after this following one that just popped in my head also as well. But Derek Rogers, if he didn't get in trouble, he didn't have to transfer to not a junior college, but a lower tier college in Tennessee. Was it Tennessee Tech? I think it was Tennessee Tech that
Yep.
he had to go to because he got in trouble. He couldn't stay out of trouble. He had attitude issues and whatnot. Buck fam in the comments. I'm not going to say yet because that's one that's coming up, but we'll get to your comment here in a second. Derek Rogers could have been special. He could have been an absolute beast. He was so freaking good at catching the football. He was just unbelievable his freshman season. So good, could catch like no other. Him and Justin Hunter paired up. Derek Rogers is one of those players that could have been just special if he could have stayed out of trouble. And the other one, real quick, that I believe that if he stayed out of trouble could have been special too was Jansen Jackson. Jansen Jackson was special too. He moved like Eric Berry out there. He was all over the place,
It's
but
outstanding.
he was just dumb. He couldn't get out of his own way. But man, that was a good one. So I'm going to go
Uh,
Derek Rogers and Jansen Jackson. What's your next one?
I'm gonna throw this one out here because I was kind of thinking about the 2022 team and what they were kind of missing and what they could have like brought back over. If we could have one more season from Alante Taylor, uh,
It's a good
on
one.
that, if he could have been playing on that 22 team, I feel like we could have maybe actually
Man,
contended for a national title.
that is
And
a good one.
I don't know if he beat Georgia. That Georgia team was just so outstanding, but he would have made you
Mm-hmm.
a lot more legitimate on defense because that secondary was just Swiss cheese. Um, I mean, hell, we had a walk on in the Alabama game. We had to call a timeout because he didn't know the play. Um, I'll never forget that. But and just one more I'm gonna throw out there. I am not trying to sound like I'm overreacting or nothing, but I did feel like we tried to get a good 2 guard out of the portal for this basketball team. And if we could add one more year from Jordan Gainey, I feel like that
Yes,
could be
that's a
like
good
something
one.
to toss into
That's a
this basketball
good
team
one.
that would have made them, I mean, I think this team can contend for everything that we have right now, But I think if you've had a two guard that's been in your system for 3 years, good shooter, good defender, if you had a guy like that gets up and down the court like no other, if you had that guy, um, fifth year, I think that could have really benefited you. And I know they tried to get him. They tried in
I
the
agree, man.
courts, but
I
it would have
agree.
been really nice. And
And
I
I,
hope Boswell can develop something. I hope we see more from Berg. We don't know yet. So
Boswell he's looking way better, but I just speaking on that real quick before I move to my next one. I think this basketball team is going to get a lot better throughout the season. And if you haven't seen this team up close in person, this team is they're massive. They're huge. This
I think
looks
they
like
have
a
five
damn.
guys or six,
It
nine.
looks like a basketball team. This looks like a basketball team. So the chemistry, the longer it goes along this season, I think it's going to become really good because you have Akpara that's not even getting hardly any playing time, and like he's coming off the bench. Like, this team is deep. It's real deep. They're real big. That's what she said, and it was just they're really. I think this team can be special if they can gel together. I'm just telling you, this team looks like a damn basketball team.
When you play Florida, I think you will see more offensive rebounds in a 40-minute basketball game than you've seen in your life. And it'll be a big battle for them too.
My next one, yeah, yeah. My next one is from Buck Fama 98. Alvin Kamara wasn't used enough in his time. Listen, this debate has been going on forever. He wasn't used enough, but Jalen Hurd was pretty damn good. I'm just going to throw that out there. He could have been used more. I agree. He could have been used more, but Jalen Hurd, like, I don't know who is taking him off the field. He was a good running back. Jalen Hurd was one half a season away from breaking every freaking record there was to
Well,
break at running back
I will
at
say he
Tennessee.
didn't look
So,
as good in 16 though. I agree with your Jalen Hurt take. I thought they
mhm.
should have used him out of the shotgun though, or
Yeah,
out of the
other eye.
out
Mhm.
of the eye, and they stopped doing that. They changed that from the offense, and Hurd just wasn't that effective in a
Mhm.
out of the
Agreed.
shotgun. And it might have been his people wanting him to do that because the scouts or whatever. I don't know, but I feel like that was the best way to use Hurd. And if you're going to use a running back like that out of the shotgun, though, I would have preferred Kamara because he can do more in open space.
Mhm.
I feel like Hurd can plow over guys.
Man, but that's true though, man. Like that Alvin Kamara, like if he was a 3-year starter or a 3-year player for Tennessee, man, he could with along with Cordero Patterson, Alvin Kamara is another guy that I think could have won the Heisman at Tennessee just for sheer just insanity.
Hmm.
What he could have done, and like those two would have been players where it doesn't matter the Tennessee record, like you can't overlook that. Like you just can't. It's just it's so insane the stuff they did on a football field. I mean, it was unreal.
They were so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. This next one is just kind of a. I'm not really mad, or I'm not really disappointed with this group or nothing. But if we could add Dylan Sampson on this team, it it would have been just a different level of ex extremely good. Like
Mhm.
our running backs aren't bad. We do not have a bad running game. Sean Bishop
So good.
and Star Thomas are good running backs,
Mhm.
but Dylan Sampson was really freaking good, dude. And I don't think we. I mean, we did appreciate him. I mean, hell, I got a bobblehead right here of him from the Smokies game. So
Right.
I don't think he was underappreciated, but I would have loved to see him play for a team where he didn't have to be everything.
Right. That's good. That's good. I didn't think. See, you're taking a different approach, but it's still the correct approach. Like you could have them for another season. I'm
Yeah.
mine is more of like people that I wish would have stayed or been here longer than they were. Both are equal. Both are perfectly fine. Like you have some really good ones that I didn't think of. I had some where I wish I could stay till the year, but I went a different route. I'm going to say this one. Um, I wish this guy could have been here longer. Is Andrew Fisher? I wish Andrew
Hmm.
Fisher could be on this baseball team right now. This upcoming baseball team. This team's got so much freaking talent, but Andrew Fisher, I don't know why. It could be because I met the guy. I don't meet a ton of players, but like I met the guy. He's so funny, so easygoing, so down to earth. But man, that play. Who were you playing? Where he pumped up the crowd before he hit a home run.
Was it Wake Forest?
Wake Forest. It was Wake Forest, and
Last home game of the Vitello era.
Yes, last home game. And I'll never forget, he comes out and just starts beating his chest to the crowd. And the crowd gets so fired up. He just continues to beat his chest. And that wasn't played on TV. Like you had to be there to kind of really see that.
Oh, that's when the no, you didn't see it on TV because all you saw was the Wake Forest coach mumble something.
Yes, but they didn't catch. Yeah.
If you
But
remember, if you know, you know.
oh man, if you know, you know.
It was
But
that was such an unforgettable moment, man. Oh man.
but but the TV didn't pick up the whole thing. But they picked up very little of it. And then it came back to TV and they picked up the last little bit of it. But then Andrew Fisher goes out there and blasts a home run and runs around to first base. And where my seats are at, and also where you're sitting too as well, he turns around and looks at the crowd and beats his chest again. And the place goes absolutely bonkers. It's one of the most memorable moments I've had. You went to the Wright State game. I wasn't there. That Wright State walk-off home run. That Andrew Fisher beating him in the chest, going to first base. It was just like the Babe Ruth. I called my shot. What are you going to do, bitch? Like he called his shot and he did it. And then he rounded that base and just beat his chest. Like I called it. I called it. Because I'll never forget. It was like, I think it was like a full count. I think it was a full count. You gotta go back and question me on that, or check me on that. It was something like that. It was up there. It was like 2-2 or 3-2.
I remember later in that game though, one of my favorite moments was Liam Doyle coming into that game too. When
And
you saw him warming up, and then you hear shipping up to Boston playing for that last 2 innings, and he's absolutely gas the whole freaking time and losing his mind out there. Oh my God, there was. Oh,
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was my next one. Was Liam Doyle.
oh,
That was my next one. That's
yeah.
Liam Doyle. If we could have him for more than just one season,
He's the best pitcher of the Vitello era, and that's a big thing to say about a guy. When I can say you're the best pitcher of the best pitching staff nearly year in, year out.
Dude, he was unreal. Like he talked all the shit and backed it up. Every bit of it. And backed it up.
That's all you can ask for.
God,
man, that was so much fun. That team was. I mean, that it's weird. That team lost like every. It seems like the last like 5 weeks of that team, they'd lose all but the Liam Doyle start. But that was such a memorable team, especially for how they took out Wake Forest, and it's what it is.
Yeah, but dude,
I do feel like hiring Elander will maintain all this fun that we've been having.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. You hire a coach that the players want, and when you hire someone the players want, they're gonna play hard. So that's a big deal. Do you have any more at all? No. Okay, that wraps up my list.
I'm done with everyone else.
Screw them all.
Screw you, Hendon Hooker. I don't need to know you.
Hendon Hooker is on the list, but that was like given. Like we didn't really have to say that. That's a given. Hendon Hooker.
I will say, when I look back at the Hendon Hooker games and whatnot, it gets me really excited for Faison because I do feel like a seriously mobile quarterback can really elevate this offense, and a guy that can like run it anytime. That I feel like is something that can really elevate this. I know it's just that's out of left field, but whatever.
I mean, no, it's not really. It's but yeah, no, that makes sense. All right, let's talk about contenders and pretenders. I'm gonna go through the just the top 12 of the AP poll because this is going to change every freaking week with the voters. So I'm just going to go to the AP poll. right now because AP poll is the top. I mean,
When
there's
does the
still.
playoff rankings come out again? Is it
I think
tonight?
it's is it tonight or tomorrow?
I think it's
It
tonight.
it doesn't matter. All these teams are going to be in it. It doesn't matter. Like every one of these teams is going to be in it. So I'm just going to kind of go down, and I'm going to get your take on it, and I'm going to get my take on it. I'm going to actually start backwards because we already know the top of the list, kind of, but it gets better as we go along. Okay, so at number 12, we're going to all agree on this is BYU right now.
Yeah, I mean it's a good. They've had some fun, but this
Mhm.
ain't 1984. So being
Yeah.
just having a good record against a bunch of teams you're just simply better than, or aren't really contending for anything. That's not that all that impressive. But no, I don't think BYU's contending.
Oklahoma.
No, they shouldn't
Yeah.
even be in the discussion at all because Tennessee should have beat them because they were much better on offense. If it took away the turnovers, took away the missed field goal. I mean, they literally can't throw down the field because their quarterback uh, he can't do it right now. Um, no, I don't think they're contending.
Texas.
No, no. If you put a good team in front of Texas, they're losing
I agree with that. I do.
on neutral field. I mean, they might get lucky once or twice, but you know,
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Notre Dame.
yes,
Yes.
I think they're
Yes.
they're a top 4 team in the country, in my opinion.
I said
Um,
this earlier in the season when they were started 0-2. They
I
have
mean,
lost.
hell,
They lost to what at the time? What 2 top 5 ranked teams in the country?
they
Correct.
lost to well, Miami stumbled because
Well, I'm talking
that
about
Mark
when.
Cristobal's teams are always going to do
Well,
that. But
that's Mario exactly. But when they were at their peak, Miami. We even said it on this podcast, and we even said Miami looks like the best team in the country. Like they looked at the time like they were just really solid and sound and just good defense, good offense. Like they looked legit. Mario Cristobal, don't trust him. But at the time, Notre Dame lost to them. And who else did they lose to?
A&M. Was
A&M.
it at A&M or at Notre Dame? I can't
It
remember.
does. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah,
it
it
does.
does.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like it. Like
Yeah, I see what you're saying though.
yeah, yeah. You get
It's
what I'm saying.
impressive nevertheless.
No, yes, exactly. So I'm going to say Notre Dame. Yes, I think Notre Dame. Most years, I'm going to say no, but Marcus Freeman, I think he's for real. I think he's a for real coach. Marcus Freeman, he is really good.
That's why
And
everyone wants them.
Yes, and Notre Dame just looks like a good football team under him. They look like a solid football team, a real football team. You can look at other football teams like they're not for real, like Tennessee, they're not for real. Oklahoma, they're not for real. Those teams, they're just not for real. They're not for real teams. So yes, on both of us. Texas Tech. What do you got on that one?
Uh, I don't know.
They're I
That's a
think they're for
tough
real.
one.
I think they're
I
for
think
real.
they're for real. I don't
Mhm.
know though. I can't say for certain because they haven't played anyone of their caliber, in my opinion, and they've lost a game. So it's kind of like I don't know. But if they put them on the field with Alabama, I think they got it on a neutral field.
Yep.
I think they definitely got a shot. I wouldn't pick them to win, but I'd say they got like a 40% chance of
Yes.
winning.
They've got a shot. And that's all you have right there is a shot. Texas Tech is good. They're legitly good.
They spent money
And
on it. That's what they had to do.
yeah, exactly. They spent a
That's a
lot of money,
that's
got a
a
good
top
roster.
15 roster.
It is. And
So,
I think Texas Tech is for real. We'll see how the season plays out, but as of right now, I think Texas Tech, yes, for me. That is a contender for getting into the national title game. Oregon.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go with yes, just because. I mean, they got one of the best rosters in the country. I think Dante Moore is a great quarterback. Um,
That throw he made on Saturday was insane to set up
yeah,
that field goal. That's
I,
just
I
stupid.
will say in the neutral field, I'm probably picking them to lose against Alabama, but they have a shot, or A&M, but they have a shot, or Ohio State, but they have a shot.
Hmm.
So it's like one of those teams where it's like I've seen a lot of your bad and I don't like it, but you're good, so good that who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes, but a fringe of the line. Yes, can
Yeah.
they? Yes. Do I think they will? No, but yes, that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. No.
It's like me
No.
shaking my head no, but saying yes, yes, yes. It's
Just
50-50 for me. So, all right, here's where we get to the meat of it. Ole Miss.
yeah,
Me too.
absolutely.
Me too.
That's a good team.
That's a really good. That's the best I
It's
think team Lane's ever had. I think they're legit.
crazy.
I think they're good. I'm gonna go yes on that one too. I'm going to say yes that they have a shot at winning that title.
I mean, they won't do it, but yes. Just-
Man, it's tough. Georgia.
yeah, yeah. Tennessee had a shot at beating them before they really figured themselves out totally, and we didn't do it. But yeah, they Kirby's got a good team. I don't think they're as good of a team as he usually has. I feel it's a little bit of a step down. Like the fact that we're even asking the question shows that he took a step down. But
They're
yeah,
Georgia, man.
they're one of the best teams. I don't, yeah, whatever. Like
I can't
really
count out
pray to
very smart.
God if that freaking team wins the national championship, I will just hate everything. Okay, because
Mhm.
it's like among all of you, it took the last like 7 teams from Kirby Smart. This might be seven. You know, so if he wins one with this, Lord help us.
Alabama.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
Me. Ah, they. I'm not being a hater. Okay, they have issues that when if they play a really good team when it matters, I'm gonna say yes they can, but no they won't because they have a lot of penalty issues. They, I think if they meet a really good defense, it's gonna really get to them because LSU. I think LSU last week kind of exposed it. If you put pressure on Ty Simpson, and this is, I mean, this majority of quarterbacks in the country, but if you put a lot of pressure on Todd Simpson, he has a lot of problems. He makes quick, rash decisions. LSU could have picked that ball off 10 times in that game. They didn't. Like, it's just, I'm going to say yes, they can, but they won't because I think those issues are going to rear their ugly head. They're good, though.
Um,
They're real freaking good.
but I think it's like Kalen DeBoer's teams for some reason always like I don't know if they'll ever have a. I mean, we're in year 2 of the Kalen DeBoer era, so I don't want to mark him or nothing. But even at Washington, he had like all of these
Hmm.
one possession games,
Yep.
and I feel like you keep playing that dangerous game, you're like one turnover away from so many losses, or one drop pass away from so many losses. So I feel like someone's gonna get them. I feel like they'll lose in the. If they get a home, they'll get a home playoff game probably. I don't think they're winning the SEC, so I think they're gonna get a home playoff game, and they'll probably win that because it'll be against like a G5 or someone from the ACC, Georgia Tech. I don't know, but they'll win that, but then they'll lose the following round where they play like a
All right.
true unless it's someone you're about to bring up.
We got three left. Three
Yeah.
left. I'm going to say them all three out loud and go from 3 to 1. A&M, Indiana, Ohio State.
Okay.
A&M.
I'll okay, A&M.
You gonna say okay with A&M?
Yes, A&M. I think A&M's the second best team in college football. I think they are legit in every way, shape, and form. They've had for years and years and years. A&M's been putting together, top five rosters and not doing a damn thing with them, looking like freaking meatloaf out there. It's just it's what they do. They take a great roster and go 8-4. Finally, they got a good coach. Finally, they got a good culture. Finally, got a good quarterback. Finally, got everything going their way. And just so happens they have a boatload of talent along with it. And this is what'll happen. I think they're absolutely the best team in the SEC. I think they are the second best team in the country. And they are built to lose to Ohio State. Yes.
I'm I'm tired of agreeing with you, but I think Texas A&M is like really damn good. You watch them play football, and they are really hard to beat. Like they're a good sounded. They finally have a coach that knows X's and O's, and that will go a long way when with any coach. Which goes with my next one, number 2 in the country, Indiana. I'm going to say yes for A&M. Indiana. You have a roster that is not even close to being as talented as any of these rosters, but you have a coach that has X's and O's mentality and can actually coach and adjust and change things and not run the same thing over and over again after people will figure it out eventually. Indiana, do you think they are for real?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. They're kind of like a team, just like they're like the extreme version of Vandy. Like the Vandy, but just a little bit of a bump up in every area. They they've proven it. They you they don't have an elite roster, but I will say they are made up of a lot of transfers. So you get a lot of 4 and 5th year dudes who aren't like super elite, but they're pretty damn solid. And then you mix in a few elite dudes and a great culture, a great play calling, great everything else. This is what you can get. And do I think they? Okay, but do I think if you put them on neutral field, are they going to beat A&M or Ohio State? My gut says no, but I could be proven wrong.
I'm going to say they're not a contender. I think the talent gap does show up when it matters. And when the game's on the line, you do have to have a great X's and O coach, and he is great at X's and O's. He's great at calling football games. He's great at adjusting. He's great at all of those things. But I think in the end, talent is going to overwhelm Indiana, and I don't think they'll make it very far. Their quarterback's legit. Their team is legit. But I don't think their talent is great enough to make it to the ship, to make it to where they got to go. And that brings you to the next point, Ohio State. And we're both going to agree with this one. That's a unanimous yes.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
It's sad that's like the result that would make me feel least shitty. Like it's like I just win another one. Screw it. Who cares? It's Ohio State. They won another. Who cares? Please don't let Alabama figure out a way to just stumble into a national title. And yes, I like we're having this discussion. I agree. They are legit in every single area. Ryan Day has gone from a coach that was just like despised by his own fan base to maybe the most elite in the country. It's pretty wild, No one, like everyone was just pulling this man apart, calling him Butch Jones 2.0. At least we were. And
I wasn't.
thing. Well, I mean, how do you lose to Michigan, like that Michigan team? And he did seem stubborn as all hell. He was a stubborn, like coaches get these reputations, and he had a stubborn reputation because he refused to pass the ball against Michigan. He was going to beat them their way. He was going to outman them.
Well, guess what happened in the playoffs? He didn't run the ball.
He finally he finally said, we're not going to run anymore. Or we're going to actually open the field up.
Crazy how that works, right?
And And now they got like such an elite defense, the best receiving core you could ever hope for. I mean, yeah, and they don't have to play. They're not going to be that worn out because they only play like half a football game every week because they get to rest everyone. Um, yeah, they're going to go win the national championship, and it's just what it is.
I don't know.
I prefer that over A&M or Alabama because I
I'm
don't
not
want
gonna
anyone in this
say
conference to do it.
I'm not gonna say that they're officially gonna win that title
I will.
because by the looks of it, we just went through several teams that can make it, and Ohio State is really damn good. If there is someone on that list, last question of the podcast, that you could sit here and say that team can match up with Ohio State and beat them, who is it?
I think the best. Well, I'm just going to go the second best team, and that's Texas A&M in my opinion. They great quarterback, great defense, great secondary, elite playmakers at receiver. They got it all, and they every time you kind of question them, they at least for a little bit, they kind of showed it in spades. Um,
I'm gonna
that's my
go.
answer.
I'm gonna go. We'll close out with this, and I'm gonna go with a team that is not being talked about hardly at all, and it's a team that is usually talked about nonstop. I think Notre Dame's legit, man. I think Notre Dame is really good at football. That's my pick that can upset them because they're built like them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I think if they played Notre Dame, it's going to go down to. I think they win. I think they win by
Yeah.
like a touchdown, maybe 10 points. Well, but who knows? You know, it's football. Turnovers happen.
We'll see what happens. There is 4 or 5 weeks left in the football season. So we shall see what happens when those playoffs start. That's a fun podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Had fun. Had fun. We will do it again. I will put together a segments podcast for this week. That'll be fun too as well.
One thing about that. Do you want to do it on Thursday because of the basketball game?
Yes, I'm going to have to because I'm going to that basketball game. Yes. We'll figure it out, but we'll do a show. But that's a fun podcast. I enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone who commented. It's a bye week, so it wasn't too much to talk about, but we found something to talk about like we always do. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming along. Go Vols. Good nights. God bless.